Hello and welcome to week 4. I want to congratulate those of you who have stayed focused through this process and that you haven't given in to distractions. I want to spend a few minutes talking to you about my own personal life in terms of accomplishments in law enforcement. When I was much younger, as a police explorer, riding out around with police officers, and that's really all I wanted to do was to become a police officer. Sometimes I would talk to other police officers and I would hear at times discouraging words. Maybe I wasn't tall enough, maybe I wasn't strong enough, maybe I wasn't stern enough, but I knew inside I wanted to be a police officer. And so when I finished high school, like some of you listening to this message just did. I finished high school and I was a bit lost. And I went through a time where I was trying to find out where I was going with my life. Some of my friends had gone away to the military. Others had joined different colleges and had started their college careers. And I was working as a police dispatcher for a small police department, and had a girlfriend at the time, and was trying to do the things that typical 18-year-olds do, go out and have a good time. And I was not getting enough sleep, and I was trying to work a full-time dispatching shift as a 911 dispatcher and still juggling a personal relationship at age 18 and trying to take some college classes, so trying to juggle the three. And what happened was I actually fell asleep at work, and I lost my job, and my girlfriend went a different direction, and I found myself a little bit lost. And I know that some of you that are listening to me, you're there now, you're a little bit lost. And so I, fell down a few times, took on a few jobs that I really wasn't content doing, part-time this. I would enroll to college, do that. I was trying to get a feel for it. And then when I lost my job as a 911 dispatcher, it caused me to really sit down and look at myself in the mirror and ask, what is it that I wanted to become? And I wanted to become a police officer. That's what I wanted to do. So I remember getting home that day when I got fired after a graveyard shift, and I walked up to my mother and said, "Hey Mom, I lost my job." And the first thing she did to me, she's always been one of the biggest motivators in my life, was she gave me a blank check and said, "Get yourself enrolled at the junior college." And that's what I did. I went to the junior college in Merced. I enrolled in reserve classes and eventually was hired as a reserve police officer for a small police department, and life started to fall in place. And then the next thing I wanted to put myself to the police academy. And I had been looking through the job openings, and many of the agencies wanted the applicants to either have a college degree, which I didn't have, or wanted them to have attended the police academy, which I didn't have. And so I went and sat down with my grandfather, and I borrowed some money from him to put myself through the police academy. And so I finished my reserve level 1 at Merced College the week before, and then the following week, Monday morning, I reported to the police academy, where I was for 6 months, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And so I asked my mom that when my friends called, to lie to them that I had joined the service, because I was focused on my dream of becoming a police officer. And that's what she did. When they would call, "Hey, where is he?" she would say, "I think he went to the service. I think he's with the military." And why do I share these stories with my students? Because I know some of you, as you're listening to my these video blogs, or vlogs as you call them, it's ringing a bell. It's causing you to think about what is it that you're intending to do with this college class. What is it that you're intending to do with this college degree? One thing that many of you watching this video have that I didn't have at your age, at your young age, is that I didn't have all these distractions with the internet. I didn't have the YouTube videos that are funny and they consume a lot of your time. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have Facebook, where you're worried about whether other people are posting or thinking about you. And so I did have other distractions, normal distractions, the girlfriend, the friends, can I have more friends? Can we do more fun stuff? The typical distractions. But you, today, as you watch this video, you have a ton of distractions. Every time you turn around, someone's sharing a funny blog, someone's trying to get your attention, to give them a like, somebody's posting a picture with 3 or 4 different filters, and you're feeling a bit lost and maybe overwhelmed, is what I think. And so I share these words of advice with you because I want you to be selfish. I've mentioned this before in some videos. I want you to be selfish about what it is that you want. Some of you started this class and you were working 10 hours a week, and then your boss liked you so much that he asked you or she asked you to work another 10 hours. Next thing you know, you're working 40 hours. You're working full-time with no benefits, with no retirement, with no medical coverage. You're taking this college class. It's almost say, well, I'll do this and then we'll see what happens. But I gotta tell you, it's not the way it should be. You need to understand what it is that you want to do in life. I wanted to be a police officer, so I did what I needed to do to go get the training to become a police officer. As you watch this video, what is it that you want to do with your life? We're in week 4. Majority of you are staying focused. There's a handful of you that are not staying focused. A handful of you are being lost in the distractions and what other people are offering you, a little carrot in front of your face, things that are temporary. A college degree is a permanent thing. You can lose a relationship, you can get divorced, things could happen in your life, but you don't lose your college degree. You can lose a relationship, you don't lose your college degree. So college degree is forever. So it doesn't matter if you want to be a police officer or a crime scene technician or a detective, or you want to be a probation officer or attorney. It doesn't matter what you want to be in life. The message here in week 4 is that you focus on you and learn to ignore the distractions that are surely to move you into a different direction. Trust me on this one, right? Sit down and be honest with yourself. Sit in front of a mirror and look at the person in that mirror, that's you, and ask yourself this: unless you change something today, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you're going to be exactly where you are today. If you're working part-time for a clothing retailer, you don't do anything about your college education or your future career, that's where you're going to be in the next 3 to 5 years. In 10 years, you might still be folding clothes. Again, this is not saying putting you down that a part-time job is demeaning. No, on the contrary. I worked as a janitor at the police department at age 16, at age 17, and I eventually worked my way up to dispatcher, to reserve officer, to police officer, to tactical patrol unit, to background investigator, all of those things. What I am telling you is, stop wasting your life with distractions such as social media. Stop wasting your time with friends. If you're surrounded by friends who are not as knowledgeable or focused as you are, you need to find new friends. And I want to cut this video short because we're approaching the 10-minute mark. We're at week 4. I want you to stay focused on the class. I want you to stay focused on other classes. I want you to sit down and write a list, a bucket list of things you want to do. What is your plan in the next 6 months? What is your plan in the next year? What is your plan in the next 3, 5, 10 years? And you better write those down. And you better start shaving time off of the social media, off of distractions, off of wasting things that will bring you no rewards. Okay? I'm going to end the video. Shoot me an email with any questions or concerns. I'm here to help you succeed. We'll talk to you soon.